So I'm going to start with Toyota. Toyota has always been interested about quality of life and how do we actually impact that. And today we're looking at how are we, as Toyota, a mobility company, and providing mobility solutions for both in the home and outside of the home. So we've been working on robotics technology since about 2000, both in Japan and also now in the US, and focus on things like the human support robot, where we can actually take a robot. Right now, HSR is a research platform where we take that robot, understand the capabilities of the robot, and match it with user needs like Romy, who is a quadriplegic, and try to say, how can we actually improve his quality of life? What is the focus of what we can do to provide that mobility and freedom for him in his home, as well as providing, our quality cars outside of the home? So right now, HSR has an arm and a gripper, and it has cameras, and it has the ability to move around indoor in a space. So what we do is actually think about what are some of the easy, low-hanging fruit that we can actually do to provide a quality life for Romy. So some of the things that we focused on with him is like bringing him his water bottle, allowing him to drink independently on his own, getting him some snacks, opening a door for him when necessary. So these are the types of things that you and I may take for granted on a day-to-day basis, but it's something that's truly sort of inspiring and sort of transforming in a case for Romy.
I was on my third tour in Afghanistan on September 16, 2008. I was ambushed while conducting combat operations in central Afghanistan, and I suffered a gunshot wound to the back of the neck, rendering me a quadriplegic immediately. And trying to get used to life as a quadriplegic was hard in itself. But my wife and I, and my incredible family support, we've been able to, to beat that. And 2 years ago, on June 20th, 2015, my wife and I, we opened up the Stay and Step Spinal Cord Injury Recovery Center in Tampa, Florida, to help individuals like myself, you know, bring mobility to themselves and to find some independence and quality of life.
Yeah, I think when we look at sort of the core components of robotics, whether it's computer vision or motion planning or navigation, I think those are the things will continue to improve and continue to get really good. But the really key thing is thinking about what is that right user experience when we want to get a robot in anybody's home and really allow it to be a positive interaction. It's that human to robot interaction, that user interaction that really needs to advance and thinking about how do we allow them, individuals like Romy or elderly individuals, to have that good user experience where the robot actually becomes a tool, where the focus is more on the person rather than the robot, and saying, how do we actually allow that person to be more free? And so if the robots could start to fulfill that sort of gap and think about fulfilling the mobility gap, we would be super excited about that. Yeah, so for more information on the Toyota side, please go to toyotaeffect.com.
And for stayandstep.org, so you can see what Stay and Step Spinal Cord Injury Recovery Center is doing in Tampa, Florida.